Hello friends, I welcome you in the 8th lecture of root locus, and today we will discuss one more numerical. This is very special numerical for complex pole and complex zero. So here we go. Okay, so today's numerical is g of s into h of s is equal to k in bracket s square plus 6s plus 10 divided by s square plus 2s plus 10. So in this numerical, two complex pole and two complex zero are available. Okay, so pole p is equal to 2 and the value for this quadratic equation is -1 plus 3i and -1 minus 3i, two poles, and 0 are 2 and the value is -3 plus I and -3 minus I for this quadratic equation. So two pole and two zero are available. So root locus branches will be the bigger figure among these two. So same pole and zero available. So number of branches of root locus will be 2. Okay. Then next step is about the existence of root locus. So here I draw S plane. Okay, and I have shown two complex pole and two complex zero with their values on S plane. Okay, so our region will start from plus infinity to minus infinity. Okay, so when we are checking for existence of root locus, I told you already that we do not consider complex pole and complex zero for checking existence of root locus. So from infinity to minus infinity, this region is completely non-root locus region. Okay, complete region is non-root locus region. Now next is asymptotes. For angle theta is twice q plus 1 into 180 by p minus z, where q is starting from 0 1 to up to p minus z minus 1. Okay, but p is 2, z is 2, so 2 minus 2 is 0, 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So for minus 1 we don't have, or we can't calculate asymptote, theta for asymptote and location of asymptote. So this step is cancelled for this numerical. Next, breakaway point. Next step is breakaway point. Okay, before we go for breakaway point is a point where two root locus will approach towards each other, collide and split. Okay, and breakaway point lies on real plane or real axis. Okay, this is imaginary axis, this is real axis. So basically it lie on real axis. But you can see in step number 2, that is existence of root locus, complete region from infinity to minus infinity is NRL, non-root locus region. So complete region is non-root locus region, so we can't, or breakaway point cannot lie on this region. So we can directly skip this step, breakaway point. Okay, if it is somewhat difficult to judge this point whether we need to calculate or not, you can go by calculation. So characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s h of s equal to 0. Put all the values and simplify your characteristic equation, then write equation for value of k. Okay, then differentiate it. For differentiation, you must know division rule of differentiation. Denominator as it is, differentiation of numerator, minus numerator as it is, differentiation of denominator, divided by denominator's square. Okay, so simplify it and I got final equation as 4s square minus 4t equal to 0. So here s equal to plus 3.16 and minus 3.16. Okay, as our complete region is non-root locus region, so there is no mean or no meaning of these two values, plus or minus. Okay, both values can't be plotted on this region infinity to minus infinity, because complete region is non-root locus. Okay, so both values are invalid values. Okay, now next step is intersection with imaginary axis. Okay, as in step number 2, for existence of root locus, we, or asymptote, sorry, in asymptote no asymptote is intersecting the imaginary axis, hence no need to calculate intersection point because we don't have asymptote. As your asymptote is not intersecting, obviously our root locus will not intersect imaginary axis. Okay, again same step, you can calculate go for characteristic equation, then arrange it in a complete form, then make a array pattern, then calculate value of k marginal, and you can solve auxiliary equation and get the roots. That roots will be, or the values of that equation will be invalid. Okay. Now, most important step for this numerical is angle of departure and angle of arrival, because we have two complex pole and two complex zero. So both part, that is angle of departure and angle of arrival, should be calculated for this step. Okay. So firstly we will talk about the angle of departure. Okay. So two complex pole we have here, -1 plus 3a, and here -1 minus 3a. So at any position here or here you can calculate angle of departure. Suppose we decide this pole where we need to calculate angle of departure. So connect this pole to remaining all pole and zero. So I connect this pole to this zero, name as a phi z1 angle. So pole to zero connection. Okay, draw horizontal line, and this angle will be phi z1 because angle is made by zero. Next, this is again 1 0. So connect this pole to this zero by dotted line, draw horizontal line. This angle will be phi z2 because angle made by again 0. Okay, and this one is a pole. So connect this pole to this pole, draw horizontal line. This angle is phi p1 because angle made by pole. Okay. Now, as far as calculation part, angle of departure is given by phi d is equal to 180 minus phi. Okay, and phi is summation of angle made by pole minus summation of angle made by zero. So collect all the angles made by pole and all the angles made by zero. Okay, firstly we'll talk about the phi z1. So phi z1, for phi z1, for this angle consider this triangle, this one. Okay, so this angle equal to tan inverse of opposite by adjacent. Opposite complete is 3 and this is 2. Okay, this is 2. So tan inverse opposite, that is tan inverse of 2 by 2. So tan inverse 2 by 2 is 45 degree. Okay, then phi z2, for phi z2 consider this triangle. Okay, this triangle, for this angle tan inverse of opposite by adjacent. So here opposite is, look here, this is completely 3, this is 1, so complete height is 4, adjacent is 3, sorry, adjacent is 2. From this position it is a 3, so it is a 2. So phi z2 is tan inverse 4 by 2, or simply 2, equal to 63.43 degree. You can calculate this by calci. Okay, and lastly phi p1. So we connect this pole to this pole, draw horizontal line. This angle, it is directly 90 degree. So phi p1 is 90 degree. Okay, now calculate your phi first. Summation of angle made by pole, only one angle made by pole, that is 90, minus summation of angle made by 0. So summation of angle made by 0, one is 45, one is 63.43. so we got phi as minus 18.43 degree. This is our phi, and we need to calculate phi d. Okay, so phi d is 180 minus phi. So 180 minus minus 18.43, so we got 198.43 degree. So this is what angle of departure. Okay, and where we have calculated here. So this is horizontal line, and we got angle 198.43. so 198, if your angle is positive, count in this direction anti-clockwise. If you got minus angle, so count clockwise direction. Okay, so our angle is 198.43. so angle is 198, so this is 180, suppose somewhat here. This is your phi d equal to 198.43 degree. So from this pole your root locus will draw in this direction. Okay, as well as we have complex 0. Okay, so again we need to calculate angle of arrival. So for angle of arrival, again I have considered one graph, that is S plane, shown here, two complex pole and two complex 0. For complex for angle of departure we have considered complex pole. and for angle of arrival we need to consider complex 0. So among these two you can consider or you can decide a position where you want to calculate angle of arrival. So here or here you can decide. So suppose I have decided here to calculate phi a, that is angle of arrival. So where you have decided here, that is minus 3 plus I, this is minus 3 minus I. Okay, this one is minus 1 plus 3I, and this is minus 1 minus 3I. Okay, so from decided point connect that point to remaining all pole and 0. So I am connecting this one, this 0 to this pole, this 0 to this 0, and lastly this 0 to this pole. Okay, where you have given connection, draw horizontal line from that point. So this is a decided point where phi is to be calculated. So you have connected this 0 to the here. So this is horizontal line. This angle will be phi z1. Okay, angle made by 0. This is a pole. You have connected this 0 to this pole. Draw horizontal line. Where you have given connection, draw a reference line or a horizontal line and count angle length like these. Okay, in this style or in this fashion you have to calculate your angle, this one. Okay, this angle will be phi p1 because angle made by pole. Okay, and again one more pole is here. You have connected your 0 to this pole. Draw horizontal line at connection point and count this angle, that is phi p2 because this is a second pole. So pole phi p1, this is a pole phi p2, this is 0 phi z1. Okay, so in same fashion we need to calculate, you know, phi a angle of arrival is 180 plus phi. Okay, 180 plus phi, and phi is same summation of angle made by pole minus summation of angle made by 0. Okay, now talking about the first angle, that is phi z1. So phi z1, this 0 is exactly below this 0, so this angle is directly 90. So phi z1 is 90 degree. Now talking about this angle, this one, we have given connection from this 0 to this pole. Okay, draw horizontal line. This angle we need to calculate. Suppose we have considered this triangle. Okay, suppose we have considered this triangle. Okay, and if we calculate this theta, what we will do, this is 180. Suppose this is 180, and or we can consider this triangle also, this one simply. So what will be the formula for complete angle? So 180 plus this theta. Okay, this theta, will not consider this one will be theta. So in this triangle, if consider we consider this as a theta, so theta will be tan inverse opposite by adjacent. Okay, so complete angle is 180 plus tan inverse opposite by adjacent. So opposite is what? This is completely 3, so this is a 2 because this is a 1, and adjacent is again this is 3, so this will be 2 because this is a 1. So tan inverse 2 by 2. So phi p1 will be 180 plus tan inverse 2 by 2. Okay, tan inverse 2 by 2. So tan inverse 2 by 2 we already calculated here as a 45 degree. So 180 plus 45 will be 225 degree. And phi p2 here, phi p2. So for this we have connected this 0 to this pole. Draw horizontal line here. Okay, again we can consider this triangle, this one. Okay, if we calculate this angle as theta, okay, what we will do, we will subtract this angle from 180. Complete angle is 180, we want only this angle. Okay, only this angle we want. So 180 complete minus theta, we got this phi p2. So 180 minus, this is what? Theta is equal to tan inverse opposite. Opposite is, look at this is completely 3, this is 1, 4. So tan inverse 4 by what? This is 2. Okay, because complete is 3, So tan inverse 4 by 2. So tan inverse 4 by 2. We already calculated that angle, that is a 63.43. So 180 minus 63.43 equal to 116.56. Okay. So finally phi equal to summation of angle made by pole, that is 225 plus 116 minus summation of angle made by 0, that is 90. So we got phi as 251.56 degree. This is phi. Phi A will be 180 plus phi. So 180 plus 251.56 will be 431.56 degree, or this is 431.56 degree as a phi A, angle of arrival. Or we can subtract this from this figure, you can subtract 360, so you'll get 71.56 degree. So this is our required angle known as angle of arrival, where we have decided to calculate this angle 71.56 at this position. So plus 71.56, so this is your horizontal line. Suppose this is 71.56, so this is your phi A is equal to 71.56 degree along this line. So along this angle, root locus will start from this pole at an angle 198.43, and along this line, because this is a 0, at this point root locus will end. Okay, so from this pole root locus will start, from this and on this 0 root locus will end. So on this 0 root locus will end at an angle 71.56 degree. Got it? Okay, so these are the constructional work or the calculation. Now we'll draw root locus on graph here. So this is our S plane. Okay, I have already shown two complex pole and two complex zero. Okay, and we don't have any break away point, intersection point, nothing is available with us. Only we have phi D is 198.43 degree at this position, and phi A is what, 71.56 degree, as we have calculated this before. Okay, so on this pole we have calculated angle, so horizontal. Count angle properly. We need to calculate 198.43. So suppose horizontal 180, suppose here, so show here as phi D is equal to 198.43 degree. Okay, along this angle your root locus will start, and on this 0 we have calculated angle of arrival. So this is horizontal line. Suppose this is your phi A equal to 71.56. You should draw this line by with actual measurement of angle. Okay, and connect these with a smooth curve. Don't show extra slope. So root locus will start from this pole and end on this 0. Okay, here, as well as for this, because we know very well that root locus is always symmetrical about x-axis. So if you have shown 198.49, so here minus 198.49, so horizontal you calculate angle in this fashion, so exactly mirror image to this one. Minus 198 is to be shown, so this will be the minus 198. Okay, and in this direction root locus will start from this pole, and here you should show minus 71.56 minus, so like this one. So this angle is phi A equal to 71.56 degree. Here we have shown this angle is phi D is equal to 198.43 degree. No need to write minus, because we have shown here angle on negative side, Okay, so root locus will start from this angle and end on this 0. Okay, above and below graph should be symmetric. Okay, so this is a complete solution for this numerical. Okay, so thank you.